Contestants, ready, set, go! The World Tour is here!
Throughout the season, we'll regularly showcase new World Tour events with different ways for you to compete.
Climb the leaderboards and show the world what you've got.
And as you rack up wins, you'll upgrade your World Tour badge for all the fans to see.
You can even earn multi-bucks for your progress. We're eager to see you conquer each stop on the tour. And now, it's Sponsor Showdown time!
After Alpha Actor's debut and Ospu...
Prepare for a breathtaking match as our contestants navigate the dizzying heights of Skyway Stadium. Here we go! The Mighty, the Jet Setters, the Steamrollers, and finally, the Live Wires. The stage is set. It's showtime!
It's dark out with reduced visibility, but it's not bedtime for our contestants. At least not yet.
Contestants may need to reach for the sky to find cash-out stations, all while staying nimble enough to chase other objectives on the move. We call it up, down, left, right. Unlocking Vault 1, the Jet Setters are trying to book a ticket to fame. The Steamrollers roll on, and they're opening Vault 2.
Our teams have now formally introduced themselves as Root
Setters waste no time. They've begun the match's first cash out.
Back in play!
Back in action! The mighty swooped up a cash box. Getting you back up!
I'm back!
They got me! What a way to open the match. The Jet Setters land the first cash out.
Life in the fast lane, Scotty. What a ride! Reloading! A contestant is on a roll, people. They're moving from one elimination to the next.
The Steamrollers are unrolling Vault 3. Strong moves from the mighty as they set things in motion. The Steamrollers swooped up a cash box.
I'm back!
We just passed the halfway point, and I'm really impressed with the team so far, June.
That's for sure, Scotty. Keep your eyes glued on this epic battle.
Cash out set in motion by the Steamrollers. Jet Setters will need to try again. Team White.
They stalled for sure.
I guess that cash out isn't going anywhere. Nice anti-theft play. The Jet Setters are re-engaging.
Fully recharged, I see. Could be bad news for the line wires.
Cash out. vault just spawned. Let's see who takes a crack at it first. The Mighty are showing their strength. Impressive steal by the Mighty.
Now that's how you play to win this game show. Well, this is quite a surprise. Our game show event has transformed the arena into an arcade-like battleground complete with descending aliens.
Impressive steal by the Jet Setters. The Jet Setters are cleared for victory. Cash out complete.
And they stole that with confidence earlier.
Another vault has surfaced as the chaos unfolds. The skies are still filled with these feisty critters in this unexpected game show event. A bite being taken out of a vault by the Mighty. The Steamrollers swooped up a cash box. Another shocking wipeout for the Livewires.
They sure got zapped.
Whoa, June, are we starting a comedy duo? Because I'm feeling it.
We're heading into overtime. Who will walk away with the victory?
Cash out launched. The Steamrollers are charging ahead. The Livewires are re-entering the arena. We still have 30 seconds remaining.
Every second counts.
Season 6 is finally here, and I am pumped! We've got a whole lot to unpack. All courtesy of our beloved sponsors, Engimo, Osfuse, and our new partner in Powerhouse, Alpha Acta.
That's right. Well, hello there. It's me, June. You've made quite the impression on our sponsors with your performance. They're asking you to sign a sponsorship deal.
And finally, the Retros. The showdown starts now. Vault 1 is being opened by the Retros.
We've got our first elimination. Now the mind games and strategic plays will really start to take center stage.
That's right, June. I'm so excited right now, I didn't even hear what you said.
It's contagious, Scotty. Let's see where this energy takes us.
First cash out started. A devastating first team wipe just occurred. The Boundless are re-entering the arena. Way to open the match. The Retros land the first cash out.
They're showing us that the old school moves still work.
Busy unwrapping Vault 2. Retros swooped up a cash box.
Our contestants better not get caught lazing around. It's time for them to move those virtual feet or face the consequences thanks to a laser high above.
The Boundless are back and ready to avenge that team wipe.
Retaliation is building up. The powerhouses need to stay alert.
Retros are setting the pace. Cash out started. Team wiped.
They've been knocked down to their foundation.
The powerhouses are re-engaging. Impressive steal by the Boundless.
What a spectacle!
A setback for the powerhouses. They're down again. Quick reflexes after that attempted cash-out heist. Nice interception. Retros are re-engaging.
Opportunity for retaliation, I say. Will it be backlash for the Boundless?
The Boundless add to their stash. Cash out complete. And there's another vault available for our cash-hungry teams. It's back to the past again for the Retros with another wipe on the board. The powerhouses are initiating a cash out. The Retros are respawning and hoping to recreate those glory days.
Revenge could be in the cards. Look out, the Boundless!
Second unfold.
You can feel the momentum shifting with every play, Scotty.
History repeats itself for the Retros.
They've been archived, Scotty.
Jump pad ready.
A contestant is really cutting through the competition.
the shock and awe, and finally, the tough shells. Let's hit the ground running. In quick cash, it's all about the rush for riches. The team that gathers enough cash first will seal the win.
Right you are, Scotty. Time to turn up the heat in this thrilling cash quest.
The live wires are cracking open Vault 1.
As always, in Monaco, the cars are not out to get you, right?
The live wires swooped up a cash box.
The teams are getting to know each other out there. And by that I mean we have our first elimination.
Boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat today.
And that's just the start.
Let's get airborne!
First cash out started by the live wires. Awesome steal by none other than the shock and awe. We've got the live wires returning to the arena.
Retaliation is about to hit hard. The tough shells need to get fortified.
The shock and awe land the first cash out.
Very impressive. They turned a steal into a cash out.
Team-wide calamity for the shock and awe.
That'll be a shock to their system.
The shock and awe are back.
Back from that hard exit and ready to rock. The tough shells need to look out.
The shock and awe are examining the contents of Vault 2. The Tough Shells picked up a cash box.
I'm going down there!
The Shock and Awe have taken up arms and are charging back into the arena.
I'm going down there!
The live wires swooped up a cash box. Way to go! The Shock and Awe swoop in and snag a cash box from their opponents. The Shock and Awe are making waves as they gain ground. Impressive steal by the live wires.
Ah, that was so well played.
The midpoint is here, and the stakes are climbing higher.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
Team wipe.
That's an absolute shocker, Scotty.
Charged up and cashing in, the live wires completed a cash out.
A brilliant steal led them straight to that one.
The shock and awe stunned the crowd, opening vault 3. The shock and awe picked up a cash box. The tough shells have returned to the arena.
Looking hungry, the shock and awe should expect some acceleration.
Reloading!
The shock and awe have commenced a cash out.
Okay, let's go!
Lightning fast, the live wire stole a cash out. The live wires really breezed through this match. They lit up the game with their energy. Congratulations to our rising stars. the Tough Shells, the Overdogs, and finally, the Steamrollers. All right, it's showtime, folks. Welcome to Quick Cash. Our contestants will need to gather the cash faster than the rest. If they hit the goal first, they can bask in glory.
That's right, Scotty. This is going to be a nail-biter.
Vault 1 is being unlocked by the Tough Shells.
Contestant down, and with that we have our first elimination of the match.
That's right, June. I'm so excited right now.
It's contagious, Scotty. Let's see where this energy takes us. First team wiping the bag, and it's a highlight.
The Steamrollers have returned to the arena.
Time for some revenge. The Overdogs better be ready for a fight.
Tough break for our Tough Shells as they suffer another team wipe.
They tried to climb up the competition, but ended up getting shucked.
Ha! June, you're bringing the A game today. Impressive steal by the Overdogs. The Overdogs land the first cash out.
I didn't realize they were so good at playing fetch.
They're opening Vault 2.
Prepare for a tumultuous turn of fortune as we've raised the damage levels in the arena to new extremes.
Throwing group grenade! This my bird! I'm reloading!
The Steamroller's got the cash box. The Overdogs are going for it. Cash out initiated. Talk about having a trick up your shell. The tough shells steal a cash out.
Aggressive and impressive. The contestant is collecting eliminations one after another.
Well, the Steamrollers get flattened once more. Bad luck.
And that's the end of the Mega Damage event.
A top dog steal from the Overdogs.
But will there be consequences, Scotty?
The tough shells are coming back out of their shells. Team respawn. A cash out steal stopped dead in its tracks by a contestant. That's how you play. The Overdogs lived up to their name in Boundless, the Tough Shells, and finally, the High Notes. Get ready for a wild ride. Prepare for a whirlwind cash dash in Quick Cash. The team that secures a big enough stash first will triumph.
Right on the money, Scotty. Speed is key.
운전자 여러분, 서울에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 이 경기는 이상한 세컨드 정확히 의뢰하는 없어.
The Boundless breakthrough, opening Vault 1.
That's our first elimination. Our contestants clearly mean business today, Scotty.
Hold on to your Azult bucket hats, brought to you by Azult.
Fashionable and practical. Love those hats.
A cash box has a new carrier. The Boundless now have control of it.
There's our first team wipe, and it's not a pretty one.
A decisive move by the High Notes. They've initiated the first cash out.
Enemy down.
Denied! A contestant successfully guarded their cash out, blocking the steal. The Boundless are back. Team respawn.
Who's ready for a hard-hitting payback? The Tough Shells might be up next.
The High Notes will need to try again. Team White.
They lost their rhythm and paid for it.
The High Notes are re-entering the arena. Fantastic steal by the Tough Shells. What a way to open the match. Steal attempt gone bust. That contestant wasn't letting their cash slip away.
Watch out, over here!
Great move there by the Tough Shells, stealing that cash out. The Tough Shells cracked once more, folks. Team wipe.
Somebody just soften them up, Scotty. We've reached the end of this game show event.
Impressive steal by the High Notes. Are back on the scene. The Boundless completed a cash out.
A flawless steal led to a big payout.
There's a fresh vault up for grabs. The tension is rising. Vault 3 is being pierced by the Tough Shells. The Tough Shells swooped up a cash box. Plays from the Tough Shells. Cash out underway. As we cross the midway mark, there's no telling how this will play out.
I can feel the energy in the air, Scotty. This is going to be unforgettable. For the Tough Shells. They'll be back, though. Tough luck. No way to soften that blow.
The Boundless pushed boundaries and stole a cash out. again to our